Let's do it. Alright guys, we're back in the garage. As you can see, got another unboxing for you guys, and I'm gonna tell you, this unboxing would not be possible if it wasn't for the hard work, the draft, the trades that I acquired during this season in fantasy football. Yes, thank you to the fantasy football gods. Didn't win it all, I got second place, but it still put some money in my pocket and allowed me to make a pretty big order through Tackle Warehouse. I got a few things in that I've never had before, never fished before, always wanted to, so I'm pretty excited about these things. As you can see, yes, we have a rod tube. We got some new rods in. I've always wanted to try these rods out, never have. We'll talk more about it when I get to those. And yes, I'm saving those for last. We're gonna get right into it. Let's do it. Let's open this box from Tackle Warehouse that we picked up. Plus, I got some fishing trips coming up. So there's going to be a lot of on-water video coming up, and hopefully we can try some of these out. Got a few different lakes that I'm going to be fishing that I haven't fished in a while, so stay tuned for that too. Let's do it. Also, while I'm opening this box, I'm going to tell you guys, I went back to this format because I'm a little bit closer to you guys. I'm still going to be showing you guys up close the actual lures and baits and stuff that I have. But for now, I kind of want to be a little closer because I feel like it's, I don't know, a little bit more personable. Closer to the camera, you guys can actually see me and my reaction. Order sheet, put that to the side. Paper, put that to the side. All right. Tackle Warehouse, name of the game. I usually only fish a certain type of line, monofilament. That's pretty much all I've ever fished. That's all the old man fished. That's all I've really fished. He went to flurocarbon when it first came out, and it didn't really perform well. I've told him that it's changed a little bit. So we've been kind of going into a little bit of the fluorocarbons. If you guys watch Tactical Bass and Matt and Tim, those guys are awesome. You guys check those videos out. Tactical Bass, and they're dedicated, they're honest, and they're just good guys. Both of them actually fish a lot of braid to mono or braid to monofilament. So basically what that is you're tying on mostly a braid line. So I went ahead and I got this. They were out of the 40 pound. So I went with the 30 pound test. This Power Pro isn't the most expensive out there. There's a lot more expensive braid, but for the entry level, which is kind of what I'm doing here, it's going to be pretty reasonable. I'm going to be doing probably a braid to fluorocarbon leader on this. So what I got to go with that Power Pro is some Seaguar. I've heard great things about Seaguar, and I got the invizX from Seaguar. So it's gonna be my leader. Give it a shot. I actually will probably throw this on another setup that I have, straight floral on that, and this braid will also probably be used for some of my topwaters as well. My cranking, treble hooks, topwaters, those kind of lures, I'm still gonna stick with that mono, because in monofilament you're gonna get that stretch, versus fluoro you're not gonna get much stretch at all, and braid you won't get any stretch at all. So that's kind of the main differences, the basic main difference. Mono, stretch, fluoro, you're not really going to get much stretch. Braid, no stretch at all. Also, sensitivity wise, I've heard that braid to fluoro, sensitivity when you go with braid is second to none, is what I've been told. I haven't tried it yet, so when I get out there, I'm going to tell you guys what I think about this setup. So yeah, a couple lines I picked up there. I'm going to get them spooled up. I don't know if I'm going to use them on these rods yet. I have another surprise coming, so stay tuned on that. I know the last unboxing was some jigs that I ordered. I ordered those a few months back. I did the unboxing. I really wanted to try these jigs out because they're more of a finesse type. Lighter weight, smaller profile, and sometimes the winter fishing, you just downsize a little bit and those bass will get triggered on those smaller finesse style jigs. Lighter line, You're throwing them out there, you're moving them slower, you're letting them sit a little bit longer than you would, let's say, in the springtime or the summertime when they're actively hunting. Right now, they're still a little lethargic. The water temperature is still in the low 60s, 50s around here, which I know some of you northern guys are probably like, man, that's nothing. I'm gonna try some of these out hopefully soon. Let's see here. This one right here, I heard, again, a lot of these I was put onto by Tactical Basset guys, Matt and Tim. Dirty Jigs, a Luke Clausen Finesse jig. Luke Clausen Finesse jig, and this is 3/8 ounce in a green pumpkin. Green pumpkin. Another jig that I heard a lot about was this Bass Patrol jig. And this is another green pumpkin, kind of a green pumpkin brown, another 3/8 ounce jig head. And this is gonna have a 3-aught hook. The other one's gonna have a 3-aught hook as well. I got one more. I already use their paddle tail swimmers on a lot of my swim jigs and underspins, stuff like that, from Keitech. Well, Keitech has come out with a tungsten rubber jig. And this is another 3/8 ounce, and it's also a green pumpkin, a theme here, green pumpkin today. But this one is actually going to have is a football style jig, and I'm going to open it up and show you guys that. But it's a green pumpkin, a little bit smaller. You guys see that profile there, a little bit smaller. And this is tungsten. So what I'm going to get on this tungsten is I'm going to be feeling a lot more of the bottom. My bottom contact. I'm going to be telling whether I'm coming over a big rock, little gravel, pea gravel, or some timber, some trees, coming through trees or logs. I'm going to be able to feel that and detect what I'm coming over. And the reason that's important is, let's say I come over a big log and I can tell, okay, that's a log, or a big rock versus pea gravel. As it comes over and I feel that drop down and hit the ground, I'm probably going to let it sit there a little bit longer, because remember, bass like to ambush, so they're going to be hiding under that big rock, that big tree stump. And I'm hoping that. So that's kind of where this tungsten is going to come in play. I'll be able to feel the bottom a lot better with these. And these are kind of micro finesse jigs in that kind of category. Haven't really fished much of them, so a lot different from the bigger jigs you guys saw in the last video, which I got a plan for those as well soon. What is a micro finesse jig without a good size trailer to match it, right? So I picked up a couple Zmann craws here, TRD craws. I got one in a watermelon red and one in a green pumpkin to match up with those. And these things are tiny. You guys can see that. Tiny little jigs. And I'm gonna rig them up on these and show you guys. And that's the watermelon red there. But I'm gonna rig them up. You guys are gonna see them. I laid out on the table. These two, next things I got in here, they're gonna go with this. So let's do that. Man, so these rods that I got were actually field tested by customers themselves, and they actually haven't even hit stores and gone live yet. I was able to find two slightly used from a actual individual who bought them and field tested them, gave his feedback to the company. And what this company did was they took 100 rods of, I think, 7 or 8 different model rods. They offered them to their customers at a half off of what they anticipated selling the rods for. And those customers were to report back any findings that they thought were wrong, different, whatever they didn't like about the rods. And then the individual in the company had made some changes. So the company is Dobyns Rods. Yes, a lot of you guys that have been in the fishing industry have been fishing Dobyns rods for years. They have a Colt series, which is kind of their entry-level series. They have their Fury series. So the Colt series is going to be around the $80 range. The Fury series is going to be around that $120 range. And then they have their Sierra series, which is around the $150 to $170 range. Then they had their Champion series, which I think was around $250. Then they go up to their Extreme series, which is around $330. And then they go up to their Ecstasy series, which is around $500. I've never bought a $500 rod. I probably never will. So I actually got these rods for the same price that they did. And these Kaden series rods will be coming out probably by the end of this month. and the color scheme on them is probably the main reason I got them. My boat's red and black kind of my favorite colors outside of burnt orange, and this Kaden series has that red and black on the rods. It matches the boat, and I'm kind of weird like that. I like my things to match a little bit as much as possible anyway. Go ahead and take them out here. Look at that. Really good cork. I think it's grade AA Portuguese cork. Ooh, hope I got enough room here in the garage. This one is the 744C. So KD 744C, Kaden series. It's going to be a 7'4", 4-power casting rod. So this is probably going to be the longest rod that I have in my lineup. And my plan for this rod here is going to be for jigging. I'm going to be using this, starting out with jigging. I'll tell you what it's good for on here. So let's see if I can get it out here and show you guys this beautiful rod here. So one thing with these rods is there was only 100 made in each series, so they were actually individually numbered. This one is 00067. There was only 100, so it's actually pretty cool that there was only 100, and I have number 67 of this one now. So on here, it actually will tell you what they're good for. Gary Dobyns is the owner of the company. Fished the Bassmaster Series. He's actually in Texas now. He lives up by Lake Fork, and that's where his company's at. And like I said, I've been wanting to get into these Dobyns rods forever. I just haven't made the jump, and I'm excited to get it. I've probably said that a million times, and I can't wait to get out there and fish it with you guys in the water. So anyway, this is the 744C, 7'4", 4-power, one piece. Line recommendation, 10 to 20 pounds, a 1/4 ounce to 1 ounce, heavy, fast action. Buzz baits, horny toads, jigs, Cincos, small swim baits, and spinner baits. Perfect. Now, one thing I've been told is these Dobyns rods fish a little bit less than what they're powered at. So it's a heavy rod. I'm used to fishing medium heavy, so it's probably going to be in that medium heavy range. Fast action. Another thing is these Dobyns rods, this Kaden series, I heard that they're going to be a little bit faster tip, and that's what I like. I like a little bit faster of a tip to get those fish up and out, especially when I'm going down a falcon or choke, fishing the grass, fishing the trees. I want to get them out of that cover as quick as possible, and that faster tip's going to help. And yeah, look at that right there. See that? Fish to win. It's so light. I mean, this is a 7'4". It's the biggest rod I own now. However, it's probably the lightest rod that I have in the lineup now. It's just, I mean, it's so light. So light. Very light. Sweet. Yeah. So this next one is another Kaden. Got two of them, man. These aren't even out yet. And this is the 7'1", 4-power. So KD 714C. 7'1", 4-power. Again, this cork feels really nice. Really grip. Really good grip. And this one is number 18. So I got number 67 or number 18. And this is the 7'1" again. So my plan for this one, I'm going to start out Texas rigging it, and I'm going to see what the sensitivity's like on this. I have another Carbon Light 2.0 from Bass Pro Shops that I usually fish my Texas rigs on. But I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to see if I can tell a difference in the sensitivity. And if it doesn't work out for my Texas rigs, then I'm definitely going to use it for my spinner baits and my swim jig. And that's something I might use. If I end up doing that one, I might move my swim jig and chatterbait over to the 7'4" and use this for my spinner baits and light jigs. So what's a rod without a reel, right? Tackle Warehouse had a great sale on these reels, and I've never used them. I had some older ones. Well, my dad had some older ones, and that's all he used to fish. And these older Daiwa reels that he has are probably 20 years old, 25 years old, and we still use them. They still work. I mean, a little bit of oil, keep them clean, and they still work. So I've pretty much used Lew's, but I've heard a lot of great things about Daiwa and Shimano as well. And I'm not picky. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm not trying to be sponsored by anybody. I'm just fishing, and I want to give these reels and these rods a shot and report back to you guys on what I'm finding. So this right here is the Daiwa Tatula CT 100HS, which is high speed. It's going to be, I think, a 7:3. Yeah, 7:3 gear ratio. And I know people are like, you should have went with the Daiwa Tatula, the SV or the TV or whatever it is. I think it's the SV 100 Elite series, but and those reels are, you know, close to $300. I'm not spending $300 on a reel right now. Daiwa, if you're listening and you want to sponsor me and you want to send me a $300 reel, go ahead. I'll use it and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. But these are regularly $150 reel, and I got them for 80 bucks. Thank you, fantasy football. Another reason that I got these that kind of struck out to me. Remember I told you how I like my things to match, right? Look at that. Got that red, those red accents on there. Still pretty low profile. I've heard the Tatula 100s are a little bit, Elite 100s are a little bit thinner, smaller profile. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. So these Daiwas, one thing that I've learned about these, this is the first model in their higher end models that have this T-wing system. And if you see that there, basically what it does is when you press your thumb release to cast, you see how it drops down there? So your line is going to come out here. And most reels have a really small line release. And this is going to allow that line to kind of come out at a lot quicker speed and ratio. So you should be able to cast this thing a mile. And it clicks back up. See that? So yeah. So, got 2 rods. Had to get 2 reels. I'll probably get them spooled up this week. And I'll probably take some practice cast out in the backyard and see how they do. Same thing, same exact reel. 7:3 Tatula CT 100 Daiwa. Beautiful. Again, this thing just seems so smooth. So, why not, right? Let's throw it on one of these rods here. Yeah. That looks nice. Great looking combo right there. One of the changes that they're making with the new rods that are coming out, and why I wanted to find some of these rather than wait for the new corrections or the new rods to be made, is I like this. I like the design that Gary actually came up with. And real quick, the main thing I like is most of my rods are split grip. Now I have no problem using a full grip handle. What that is basically you would have cork the entire way. You wouldn't have this break here, or you would have foam the entire way. You wouldn't have a break here, and they call this a split grip. I like the split grip. It just works out for me a little bit better. When I cast, I grab down here, and I don't have an issue with it. I know a lot of people prefer the full grips, and that was one of the complaints that Gary got about these Kaden series, is they wanted a full grip. So the new ones that are going to come out at the end of the month are all going to be full grip. Most of my rods are split grip. Again, I like things to kind of be similar. I didn't want to add a couple full grip rods with my split grip rods. So any of you guys out there watching that have some split grip Kadens, let me know. I'll take them. And you guys can go buy you the full grip. Another thing is he left this blank here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but he kind of left it unsanded. And it kind of has a ribbed texture on it and more of a matte black finish versus this sanded portion here, if you can see that. And I like this look. I like the textured look. I think it's the matte black color. I think it's just kind of a raw look. I like it. So again, that's why I went with these versus waiting for the new ones to come out. Another great thing about these Daiwa wheels I've heard is this MagForce Z braking system. I've heard it's a really great braking system. And as soon as I get out there and fish with it or make some casts, I will let you guys know what I think about it. But I'm really looking forward to testing the sensitivity out on these, because these were, you know, 80 bucks. So for me, because they're slightly used and field tested, but you know, brand new, they're going to be $200 rods if I were to buy them brand new, and I've never spent, you know, that much money on a brand new rod. So these are going to be the most expensive rods and reel combos that I'm going to have. So I really want to know if it fishes that much better than your entry level $50, $80 rods and reels that you get from Walmart, Academy, and Cabela's. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much going to do it for tonight. Quick unboxing. Micro Finesse Jigs was the name of the game, as well as some Dobyns Kaden series rods. Man, I'm excited. I've been waiting for a long time to get my hands on some Dobyns rods. Just haven't really, frankly, wanted to spend the money to get them. But now that we got a little extra money from that fantasy football, I said, why not? Now's the time. If not now, never, right? So we did it. We got a couple Daiwa Reels to match up with those. Hopefully next time I'm on the water, I'm actually catching fish with them and can tell you guys how I feel like those a little bit pricier rods are doing compared to those entry-level rods. Actually, these Dobyns series, I think the Fury series and the Colt series are at Academy. So you should be able to find those there as well. And I've heard nothing but great things about the Colt and the Fury series as well. If you guys are interested in getting to the Dobyns rods, I've heard for the price, the $80 to $100 reel rods, I mean, there's nothing in that price range that's going to give you the quality of rod that you're going to get from Dobyns rods. Again, that's what I've been told. I've never fished them, so we'll see how they do out there on the water, and hopefully they catch some fish. Another thing, this is probably going to be my last unboxing for a while. I don't have anything coming in. I probably need to get out there and fish these, quit buying lures and go fish them and see how they're working for you guys. I got word yesterday that my cousin is coming in town. He comes down once a year from Ohio, and he fishes with my dad and I. First place we're going to be Falcon. We always go down to Falcon. We spend about 2 or 3 days down there on the Texas-Mexico border on the Rio Grande, and we catch some big fish down there. Fingers crossed on that. Hopefully we all get into some good fish down there. Fishing can be tough down there, but there's just a different type of breed down there. They're bigger, they're more aggressive. You may not catch as many fish, but you're going to catch some quality fish when you go down there. Another place we want to try to hit, when at least here, is Choke Canyon. Hopefully we get a chance to hit both those lakes. Don't think we're going to make it up to Fork. I was kind of hoping to, but I don't think we're going to. He's only here for about a week, so yeah. With that, guys, that's about it. So if you haven't already and you like what we're doing here on the channel, go ahead, drop me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think I'm doing right, wrong, good, whatever you want to see on this channel. Let me know, man. Let me know if you want me to go through my tackle and show you guys what I have, go through my lines, kind of a boat tour, whatever it is you guys want to see on this video. Let me know in the comment section. And hopefully the next time I see you guys, it's holding the fish on the water. Stay tuned.